Noiramore Academy, one of Drakenspire's most prestigious schools with over 500 years of storied history. The current headmaster, Julius Claiborne, is a former general who runs our school with military precision and discipline. Our wonderful planet of Noivesse is home to a great many talents in resonetic abilities. And Noiramore's teachers are uniquely qualified in instructing such essential subjects. But while we specialise in resonetic talents, our other subjects are not taught any less thoroughly, and every student is encouraged to explore their unique talents in our extracurricular programs. Noiramore Academy guides our students to commit to their studies, keep sound minds, maintain their manners, and most importantly, behave in a manner befitting the reputation of our beloved institution.
Extortion, Miss Hovern. Is that really what you're up to now?
I wouldn't call it extortion, sir. I simply told the cafeteria cook that I would keep the existence of his pet vermin on the down low if he provided me with an extra brownie or two at lunchtime. It was mutual exchange that neither of us had issues with.
Yes, Judith, that's extortion. Of course he had issues with it. Thank goodness I caught you in the act.
Well, why am I the one sitting here in this office when it's the cook who is keeping vermin pets?
I've already talked with Mr. Seabrook, Judith. It's dealt with. And more importantly, none of your business. What concerns me is you. Sneaking around at night, lying to teachers, extorting staff. This is a decidedly concerning trend. Don't you want to be a good example for your sister?
Indeed. It must be hard enough for her to be younger than her classmates.
For the next month, you are not permitted to attend film club. Do you understand, Miss Hovern?
But sir, I won't be able to see any movies outside of that club.
Hence why it's a punishment. Miss Nunatak will check that you aren't seen there.
I'll make sure of it.
Judith, head back to class, please.
Good old Seabrook didn't rat me out, it seems. Brownies weren't the only things I asked him for. Apparently, one of his old classmates from back in the day was really into puzzles. He set up some kind of secret puzzle in the history classroom years ago, and Seabrook never figured it out. Let's see if I can.
During the Onyx War, various battles were fought in the Inked Wastes. Some were relegated to land, others underground in the caverns, and many on the Inked Sea. Our fiefdom, Drakenspire, went head-to-head against the fiefdom of Northburg in a horrid conflict spanning 4 years. It irrevocably changed our fiefdom forever. Miss Cabrera, no drawing in class. Can anyone here tell me why the Onyx War was instigated? Miss Landerhoof?
Yes, ma'am. The Onyx War was started due to Northburg spies sabotaging our resonetic ring production process. Northburg took advantage of this to sell their own rings in order to gain the kingdom's favour.
A good summation, Miss Landerhoof. Can anyone else tell me why it was the Inked Wastes that were chosen as the fateful battleground?
The Inked Wastes is between the two fiefdoms. Plus, it was where we mined our ore for the rings.
Excellent, Mr. Strumps. Now, what is it about the Inked Wastes that make it a particularly terrible place to fight a war? Miss Acre?
Oh, yes, Miss Grimsby. Well, the Inked Waste is a nasty, nasty place, full of hard creatures that will gobble you up and suck out all of your blood. Oh, and of course you can't forget to mention the Surge, which will suck you down into his deep depths and fill your lungs with tar, his tendrils digging deep into your brain until...
That's quite enough, Miss Acre. Oh, quite enough. Our unit this semester will be all about the Onyx War. Since it is the most recent major conflict in Drakenspire's history, we will be studying it in depth. And speaking of which, you may have heard tell that a new science teacher will be joining us this year to replace Mr. Mason. His name is Mr. Bagshaw, and he actually worked in the Research and Development Division of the Drakenspire Army. I'm sure he will have plenty to share with you that can enhance your education. Anyway, I am now giving you the rest of the period to work on the papers I assigned to you yesterday about the instigation of the war. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Dismissed.
The note Seabrook gave me says history classroom. Page number equals number of cave hounds times number of windows plus number of desks. Guess I'll give the textbook shelf a look. A picture of the biggest island in the Inked Sea. It's where the Onyx tribe lives. Miss Nunatak comes from there, I think. These were all recently published. Seabrook's friend went to school before the war, so I doubt any of these would work. I should ask the book sprites for help. Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for. That doesn't sound right. A knight's helm. Some helmets try to offer protection for the horn, but that ends up blocking waves needed for combat. Besides, most healthy horns have natural current barriers that work almost as well as armor anyway. A model of one of the submarines used in the war. They were gradually phased out after the monsters in the Inked Sea were mutated by psi bombs and destroyed subs on sight. Gina Wendigan, resident drama kid. She was cast as a fluff bat in an upcoming school play and has been method acting for a month now. Her obsession got even worse when she read through the Warrior Bats books. She thinks they're actually accurate to fluff bat behavior, and now she's declared I'm part of her bat clan. Her antics can be weird, but she's a good friend. I've known her for a long time. A diorama of a typical crystal farm from 500 years ago. It's considered good, honest work, but if being honest means no money and a lack of indoor plumbing, I think I'll keep my tongue white with at least a few lies. An old plate depicting Queen Clarentia. I don't know why any royal would want food smeared all over an image of their face, though. Oh, come on, Judith. They're obviously decorative. Think. Hunting arrows. Before more modern killing innovations, most people use their powers to shoot these things through the air. Bigger ones for hunting, smaller ones for more ethically dubious purposes. A sword, used by one of Corvethe's knights. I don't know why it isn't behind glass. Grimsby has more faith in her students than I do, I guess. Fashion about 500 years out of date. Who thought those pants were a good idea? That's Marisol Aker. She's a member of the Historical Reenactment Club. She insists that she's a secret heir to the throne, descended from a long-lost royal ancestor. She's also really into true crime and horror stories. Once, she was taken to the counsellor for the amount of books she checked out on concerning subjects. Souls never hurt anybody, though. She's a good kid. These are crystals, whose vibrations prevent anyone in the classroom from using telepathy. To prevent cheating, I gather. I heard that one time, an upperclassman secretly switched them out for fakes before a big test. Nicholas Strumps and Becky Landerhoof. They and I aren't on the best of terms. Becky leads the school's Historical Reenactment Club. She's a real stickler for accuracy, to an obnoxious degree. Nicholas is her boyfriend. He's a nerd about naval history and sea battles and the like. Becky hasn't talked to me in a while, probably because of what I did at the reenactment. But I only did it because she needed to be taken down a peg. She should have thought of it as a favour, really. A Corvenstone crystal tree. They say that every king or queen is buried under one once they croak. I wonder if a royal is buried under this tree. The king of class clowns, perhaps. Mrs. Grimsby, our history teacher. Bit of an odd duck, that one. She says that about 15 years ago, she was attacked and her horn was snapped off. Now she uses a wand to channel her waves, but wands aren't the most reliable. She's a nervous wreck of a person. Almost makes me feel sorry for her. A knight's helm. Some helmets try to offer protection for the horn, but that ends up blocking waves needed for combat. Besides, most healthy horns have natural current barriers that work almost as well as armor anyway. That's Deacon Vespsia. He's good friends with Lydia, Gina and I. His dad is a pastor in town, which means he's a bit too much of a moralist for my taste, but he's got a sharp tongue at times. He fixed up the old treehouse we use as a clubhouse. Good old number 2. Lydia Cabrera. Artist and big-time sports fan. She mostly likes paint, but I've seen her make art pieces out of anything she can get her hands on. Both she and I don't get along with the teachers too well, but she has the advantage of being an artist. After all, it's hard to stay too mad at the girl who will draw the school holiday card designs for free. I've known her since last year. A statue of a cave hound. They don't have eyes, since they live in deep caves, and hunt using echolocation. Additionally, they are very good boys. A picture of a soldier from the Onyx War. I think he was Grimsby's son. A picture of the biggest island in the Inked Sea. It's where the Onyx tribe lives. Miss Nunatak comes from there, I think. A picture of a soldier. These were all recently published. Seabrook's friend went to school before the war, so I doubt any of these would work. I should ask the book sprites for help. Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for. That doesn't sound right. These were all recently published. I should ask the... A model of one of the submarines used in the war. They were gradually phased out after the monsters in the Inked Sea were mutated by psi bombs and destroyed subs on sight.
Judith, hey, have you finished the paper yet?
Naturally.
Ha! Well, I'm just a tad worried about getting it done on time. Especially because I'm just not getting it. Mrs. Grimsby's teaching style is, well...
Atrocious.
I was going to choose a kinder word, like peculiar?
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard coming out of your mouth.
But it's hard for her to teach about a war when she gets queasy over just mentioning death or blood. She's definitely skipping out on some important stuff. Can you summarise the cause of the war a bit more clearly for me?
All right. Don't tell me I never did anything for you. The fiefdoms of Northberg and Drakkenspire have been at odds for hundreds of years, ever since they were first established by brothers with bad blood between them. Our fiefdom of Drakkenspire was known for the production of excellent resonetic augmentation rings. This was due to the high-quality ore mined from our territory in the Inked Wastes. These rings rose our standing with the king, drawing the jealousy of Northberg. 25 years ago, however, many rings were found to be dangerously faulty, to the point that some who used them lost their resonetic talents altogether. A misinformation campaign was launched that said it was due to Baron Leoric of Drakkenspire pursuing cheaper mining in areas with ore tainted by the Surge. Royal investigations were launched. In the meantime, Baron Neirath of Northberg offered to sell his own rings and provide medical assistance to the affected fiefdoms. The king began to favour Neirath and granted him the right to mine in the Inked Wastes. Soon, however, the king's spies revealed the truth. A double agent, supposedly working for Drakkenspire, had manipulated documents to direct miners to the tainted areas, making it look like Baron Leoric had ordered it. Once the truth was revealed, tensions between the fiefdoms skyrocketed. Leoric, furious, mobilized his troops and marched upon the Inked Wastes, intent on taking his mines back. Neirath sent out troops in response, declaring that he still had legal rights to the land. A battle began. The initial conflict was very bloody, very quickly, since Drakkenspire's citizenry were incensed at Neirath's actions. The fervour of combat led to some of the Northberg miners to be killed in the fray. Since they were civilians, Northberg's soldiers fought back with a similar anger. Meanwhile, the king was mad with Leoric for engaging Neirath, since the investigation was not closed, and he'd bypassed royal authority by sending out troops. As such, the king did not take sides, leading the fiefdoms to engage in combat exclusively with the other, as other fiefdoms were not permitted to become involved. The war lasted for 4 years and was fought almost entirely in the Inked Wastes. The area was already known for its strange, twisted evils, horrid beasts and the infection of the Surge on the land, brutal bloodshed, and new types of resonetic weaponry only twisted the place further. One can only be glad we were born after it was all over, eh?
Huh. I think I'm getting it a bit more now. Thanks, Judith.
No problem.
You mentioned resonetic weapons affecting the land. Did those help or hurt the Surge? Oh, and what happened to Lord Neirath after the war?
This whole unit is going to be about the war. You'll learn that stuff soon enough. And if you don't get it, I'll drill it into your skull, knucklehead.
Ha ha. Thanks.
Any plans for the treehouse?
Yeah, I've got a few sketches I'm working on. I don't know how I'm going to get enough wood or nails to finish my plans though.
We could take apart the door on Glitter's stable. Or we could dig up her grave and use the coffin. She's an animal made out of stone. She doesn't really need a coffin anyway.
Judith.
Alright. If I come across any, I'll make sure not to tell you where I sourced it from. What are you doing?
Sketching the window. I've always liked it. I want to build stained glass windows in my church one day.
Your church? Don't you mean your dad's church?
I used to want to take over for my dad, but now I've been thinking of building a church of my own, once I go through seminary college.
Already got your life planned out for yourself, huh? You're only 13, Deacon. Lighten up a little.
Don't you have any dreams for yourself when you're older? You're not going to be exploring the school and frustrating the teachers forever.
I mean, technically, I could keep doing both of those things if I became a teacher myself.
You? Dreaming to be a teacher? Doubtful.
You got me. Though, I'd say my current hobbies would lead to a mean career in detective work, no?
That sounds more like you. Detective Hovern has a nice ring to it.
I can already imagine it, printed on the frosted glass door of my one-room office in the city that never sleeps. Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for. That doesn't sound right. Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for. That doesn't sound right.
Oh, Miss Hovern, is your paper done? You're scampering about as if it were.
Yes, miss. I put it on your desk yesterday.
Oh, yes, of course. Carry on. Unless you have any questions about future assignments.
So, I guess we're in the Onyx War unit now, huh? How long will we be studying it?
Till the end of the semester. It's an incredibly important part of our recent history that affected many aspects of our current-day lives and politics. You have a good head for these topics, so I trust you will do well with it. And, please, do not include any battlefield photos in your presentations again. You know, I haven't the stomach for it.
Of course, miss. I may not be able to get away with it anymore, but other students will be doing that now. She pays less attention to the actual quality of the presentation, since she's too distracted by her disgust. And after all, she can't very well dock points for accurate visual reporting or historical fact. By the way, miss, I thought I saw you carrying a big net near the stables yesterday. What was that about?
That couldn't have been me, Judith. Why would I have a net?
That's what I was wondering. Hence why I asked you.
Oh, no. Wasn't me.
Is that romance book on your desk part of the curriculum?
No. Just a little something to read during lunch. Completely school appropriate, I assure you. Teachers need a bit of downtime entertainment too, child. No need to be nosy.
But curiosity is my speciality, miss. Is that not the foundation of learning?
No need to be disingenuous, which, coincidentally, is also a speciality of yours. You and I both know you're smart enough to tell the difference between nosy and curious.
You flatter me, miss. Becky. Nicholas.
What do you want?
Nothing. Can't a friend just greet a friend without coming across as needy?
Huh, friend. Right. Leave us alone.
Northberg's crest. Some students' parents complained about this being hung in the classroom, saying it was disrespectful to the men who fought against Northberg. But Headmaster Claiborne, who was one of those very men, told them it was fine for educational purposes. He's an old stick in the mud, but at least he can stand up to the PTA parents. The crest of the royal family of Corvette, our current king, is the big boss of all Corvette's fiefdoms. Supposedly, he's an unbiased ruler, but after the war, he seems to be more favourable to Drakenspire. Good for us, I guess. The crest of the Noiramore family. They died off with the passing of Headmaster Noiramore 20 years ago. They say she was going insane before her death, that she thought the Onyx War would be the end of the world. She was deposed as headmaster before her mysterious passing. Wonderfully spooky stuff. A statue of a cave hound. They don't have eyes, since they live in deep caves, and hunt using echolocation. Additionally, they are very good boys. Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for. Bingo! Hello, little guy. I need to find a pre-war history textbook. Maybe from around the 2190s? Thanks. Without further ado... Huh, interesting. A battle that took place way before the Onyx War. but it still involved Drakenspire and Northberg. A Corvenstone crystal tree. They say that every king or queen is buried under one once they croak. I wonder if a royal is buried under this tree. The king of class clowns, perhaps. A sword, used by one of Corvette's. A diorama of a typical... It's considered good, honest work. But if being honest means no money and a lack of indoor plumbing, I think I'll keep my tongue white with at least a few lies. A picture of the biggest island. A model of one of the... Gina Wendigan. She was cast as a fluff. Her obsession got... She thinks that her antics can be weird.
Judith?
These are crystals. Who's to prevent cheat? I heard that one...
Leave us alone.